Hello, this is Aislin again, coming to you from my altar room. Welcome. In the last few weeks, I've been getting a lot of emails about Wicca specifically. I've been asked if it's devil worship, if it exists at all, is it a religion, is it just a phase my teenager is going through, was yesterday's email. So I decided to take a few minutes today to talk about what Wicca is, and more importantly, what it is not. Wicca is a spiritual path that combines an attunement to the divine with the practice of magic. Many factors make Wicca so appealing. Its ancient roots, its acceptance of magic, and the mysterious nature all draw many seekers. But it's probably Wicca's versatility that is responsible for its popularity. Wicca is a contemporary, earth-based spiritual path acknowledging both a goddess and a god. The divine is usually seen as both within and around all living things. In Wicca, it is believed that the divine is present in every living thing, and so all life is perceived as sacred and interconnected. This leads to a reverence for nature itself. Wiccans don't treat the earth as an object to be used for gain alone. Rather, nature is seen as sacred, and Wiccans treat the earth and all its creatures accordingly. Wiccans acknowledge that the divine is feminine as well as masculine, and the goddess is essential to Wiccan worship. The power of the goddess is also seen in many aspects of nature, such as the moon and the very earth itself. The honoring of the feminine divine is one of the reasons for the very rapid growth in the popularity of Wicca. Wicca combines ancient beliefs with modern practices which are designed to help its practitioners attune to the natural rhythms of the universe. This connection to nature is personal and leads to an equally personal relationship with the divine. This relationship is not facilitated by another, such as a priest or a priestess or a bishop or what have you. Instead, it is unique and sacred to each individual. Wiccans honor nature as a great spiritual teacher, and many devote themselves to the study of the power inherent in the natural cycles of the earth and of the universe. These include, but are not limited to, the cycles of the season, the cycles of the moon, and just the very cycle of the universe itself. Wiccans have no central doctrine, but there is one fundamental principle all Wiccans are expected to adhere to across the board, no exceptions. This is traditionally stated as "an ye harm none, do as ye will." The phrasing is a little old-fashioned, but it essentially means that a Wiccan can do as he or she pleases, provided it brings harm to no one. That includes both others and yourself. This honors the freedom of the individual, but stresses a responsibility for choices and actions made willingly. Being individuals, each Wiccan decides for him or herself what exactly harm means. As a consequence, Wiccans have very different opinions when it comes to many controversial issues, such as abortion, war, vegetarianism, and even capital punishment. But there are some things that are wrong no matter how a Wiccan looks at it. Killing another person, for example. That brings harm. So a Wiccan should not kill. Neither should anybody else. But that's basically what "and ye harm none, do as ye will" means. Do what you like, as long as you don't hurt anyone, yourself, or others. Now, Wicca is an ever-changing, completely accessible system of teachings, and this allows for each individual to form a relationship with the divine on their own. Most Wiccans, though certainly not all, view their learning process as a priesthood. It usually takes years of training and involves several initiations. Now, sometimes you'll have individual people studying Wicca who do not undergo any particular initiation. This is fine. But in general, most Wiccans can boast at least one, maybe more initiations into a recognized group. It is important to note, solitary Wiccans are just as acceptable as anyone else, so someone who hasn't had a formal initiation at the hands of a coven or other group is not necessarily less of a Wiccan than anybody else. Okay? Unless you're going to try to claim you are a member of a certain branch of Wicca, in which case you may need to be initiated by someone who is able to perform those initiations. Other than that, people can practice on their own. Many practice in groups, many do not. Now, Wicca, like any religion, has its own set of spiritual practices. These practices are a combination of ancient and modern techniques for shifting states of consciousness at will in order to achieve many different ends. Sometimes these techniques are used for purposes such as divination, blessing, healing, and any other use that may involve the raising of energy. The specific techniques for raising this energy are many and varied, and they may include dancing, chanting, meditation, ritual, song, prayer, and any number of other options. To properly execute these techniques requires much practice, study, patience, and a lot of faith. Wiccans may perform spiritual work for others, such as healing or divination, but only with express and informed consent. Now, this means I can't cast a healing spell on my sister without asking her, explaining what I'm doing, and making sure she understands what I'm doing. She can then say yes or no. Even if she were dying, if she said, no, I don't want you to do that, then I would have to abide by her wishes. That rule is considered unbendable. If somebody says no, you cannot do it behind their back. So basically now we've come at 2 rules for Wicca. You can't hurt anybody, and you can't work magic or any kind of spiritual work behind their back if it involves them. Ultimately, Wicca's greatest strength in the past, present, and future is its diversity, its adaptability, and its vitality. While its core beliefs, spiritual practices, philosophy, and ethics may remain the same over time, there is much room for interpretation and individuality. This encouragement of individual expression continues to attract many new seekers. And Wicca is just plain fun. That's all for today, but I hope to be coming to you sometime in the next few days, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot.